Okay, 16, 17, we're still going up. We just wait for a bit. Hey, one disappeared. Okay, let's start. It's already 1:02. I don't know whether that last person is going to join us, but we shall see. So today's session uh, is to welcome you to Food Science and Technology to the College of Humanities and Sciences. And I believe all of you here are offered the primary major in Food Science and Technology. Everyone has muted themselves, so I don't know, maybe we can use the chat. Anybody here not offered the primary major in food science and technology? Anybody doing this as a second major in nutrition or minor in nutrition? You can respond in the chat group if you are one of those people who are not primary major in food science so that I can talk about the relevant stuff. Anybody here just doing second major in food science, second major in nutrition, and minor in nutrition, and don't have the primary major in food science? Okay, so nobody say anything, so I assume everyone here have been offered the primary major in food science and technology. Okay, welcome. That's cool. Good to know, right? So of course, we are a department, and most departments will offer not just their primary major, they offer other things as well. So we also offer second major in food science, in which if you are primary major in food science and technology, you will not be considering that, but you can consider a second major in nutrition, which is what we're offering as well, and a minor in nutrition. But it doesn't mean that you cannot do other majors, other second major, and other minors. We'll talk about that because one of the main focus in today's session is about your study plan, what you're going to do in your 4 years in the university. So let me welcome you formally and introduce myself. My name is Dr. Leong Lai Peng. I will be seeing you if you are doing your first year FSD course in the first semester. And you will also see other lecturers who co-teach that course with me. Um, you will be introduced to the other lecturers during that class as well who are in food science and technology. So we put up their pictures, we'll tell you what they do and things like that, so that when you plan your journey with us for the next 4 years, you feel a little bit more comfortable approaching them as well. So the slides I'm using today is not mine. It's actually Dr. Liu Meihui. Dr. Liu Meihui actually normally give this particular talk, and I give the other talk, and I'll tell you what they are. And roughly the content, but you don't need to attend that talk, but you have questions, you can always come back and talk to me. Now, since you have chosen food science and technology, I'm sure you already know what it is about. So food science is a scientific discipline that involves all the different sciences, okay? Biology, physical sciences will include maths, physics, chemistry, right? And of course, engineering as well. And we use science to study foods, okay, whether it is the nature of the foods or the deterioration of the foods or other things relevant to the food. And the technology side is more application, okay, and to ensure that we use the knowledge of the basic food science to produce safe, nutrition, and wholesome food. Okay, now food science and technology is actually a professional profession, right? And you will find that, like the other field of sciences like chemistry, you may have heard of IUPAC, okay? I hope you have, right? So that will be the international union that is related to the other basic sciences. So Food science also have our own international union. So you can see here IU in this slide. IU stands for International Union. And this letters at the back here is Food Science and Technology. Okay, so we have our own international union and as well as other professional organization at the international level as well as the national level. So for this institute of food science and technology, we have our own in Singapore, and other countries will have their own as well. So it's actually a professional organization for the people who are practicing food science and technology. Now, food science and technology, of course, is the key to the well-being of the community because we are what we eat. And it involves rigorous scientific studies to understand the different things about food, and it is multidisciplinary, as I've mentioned earlier on. So there are a lot of professional organizations in the world uh, at the national level as well as the international level that um, group these people together. We also have large international conferences that group the people from food science and technology together. So um, in food science, we have started since 1999. That's when we recruited our first batch of students who major in food science and technology. And at that time, food science is a program, not quite a department. We only became a department in 2020. But since 1999, we have been offering the major in food science and technology, and we got accredited by the IUFOS organization since 2013. You might wonder what that means. When a particular program, like a major, is accredited by an international union like that, it will make sure that all the other tertiary institutions, all the other universities who get accredited will also have the basic foundation knowledge that is required to meet this accreditation. Okay, IOFOS. So if you get a degree from NUS in food science and technology that is accredited by IUFOS, you will be comparable to another graduate from another university offering food science that is also accredited by IUFOS. Now, today we are coming to 25 years old and we'll be celebrating our 25th anniversary. Okay, so out there, since we have started so long ago, we have about 1,000 alumni in the industry, government organization, as well as Institute of Higher Learning. So where do they go to work? Our graduates work in many different industries, perhaps related to supply, the basic thing, urban farming, post-harvest processing, manufacturing, engineering, food processing. A lot of them go into product development to develop something that people like to see, new products. People get excited all the time with new products. And some people also do consumer studies to understand why people buy this food or that food and not another. And some of our graduates also go into healthcare, nutrition, and pharmaceuticals. Now, of course, a lot of graduates also go to government to make sure that we have healthy food, safe food, right? And enough food, okay, enough food, talking about food security. And we also recently have a lot of people that go into the new things, very exciting things about urban farming, as well as the future foods like alternative proteins, cultured meat, 3D food printing, and so on. Okay, so these are all the different titles that you can potentially get, but not limited to this. So the career is really exciting. Depending on what you like in food, there will be a career that is for you. So if you like something to do with flavor or sensory science or nutrition or in regulation, um, or perhaps in the supply chain, packaging, sustainable packaging, all these will be relevant to the field of food science and technology. Now, of course, you would have heard about the Singapore food story, the national agenda. During COVID-19, this became really big because people suddenly realized that it's probably not the best idea that we actually import 90% of our food. But due to this 90% of our food being imported, it actually at that time, before COVID-19, it improved our food security a lot, because if country A is not going to supply food X to us, we can go to country B, and country B may supply food X to us. So food X is not just imported from country A and B, but it's also imported from country A, B, C, D, E, and so on. So if you have a lot of people supplying food to you, it improves the security. If one of the countries is having trouble producing, perhaps another country is not. But if the border is closed, like during the COVID-19 pandemic, then where are we going to get our food from? If we don't reopen the border fast enough for food to come in, right? So imagine 90% of our food is imported. If we don't open our border, we will not have food coming into the country. So the food story has included that perhaps we should try to produce some of the food ourselves. We hope to produce our own food, 30% of our nutritional needs by 2030. We are not that near it, I would have to say, and there are lots of opportunities for you to participate in this, to improve this, to make this possible, right? And of course, there are other ways to make this possible, to improve our food security by growing overseas, and also diversifying even further our import sources, right? So you can play a role in this Singapore story at every step of the way. So in the future, there will be a lot of opportunities for you to contribute to our food supply chain from the very beginning until the very end, when it is on your table. Now, here we offer an education relevant to food science and technology. We have uh, 20 renowned professors and industry leaders, people who are already expert practicing food science and technology outside, that will contribute to our undergraduate syllabus. And we have more than 20 food science courses that you can take that are relevant to these 4 pillars that we have in food safety, processing, new product development, and nutrition. Now, we have a QR code here. This is just linked to our website. And if you want to find out more about the courses that we offer, you can always scan this and check it out, or later you can just search for it. You guys are all very good in computers. You can just Google it. You should be able to find our webpage, and all the information regarding our professors and the courses that we offer will be there. Now, in your 4 years experience in NUS, you have to really think about what you wanted to do. Now, these 4 years, it will look a little bit like that. In your year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, it will be divided into 2 semesters per year. Okay, semester 1 and semester 2. And between semester 1 and semester 2, you will have what we call the winter break. We follow the Northern Hemisphere. And after the second semester, you will have your summer break. The winter break is shorter, but the summer break is longer. So every academic year is like that. Now, in year 1, you will only have the introduction gateway course, but most of your courses for your major will be in year 2 and year 3. And there will be also limited ones in year 4, so that if you wanted to, you can do your specialization in your year 4 relevant to food science and technology. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will get to learn more in the subsequent slides. Now, you may have seen this pizza pie chart everywhere, right? If you have been attending talks related to the university regarding CHS. And this pie chart actually is representing all the courses that you have to take when you are a student here in order for you to graduate. So in this pie chart, 1/3 of all the courses that you take, okay, that will be 60 units in your first major. And you told me that your first major is in food science and technology, FST. So this purple one will be all your major courses. You have no choice. You have to take all the 15 courses. And then you have common curriculum. Now, I am not here to tell you about common curriculum, but the courses in the common curriculum they are also compulsory, while you have baskets of courses to choose from depending on which category of common curriculum it is in. You need to take at least 16 of those courses. Okay, if you don't know what they are, you should learn about it. So this part, the purple one and the red or maroon one, will be filled with first major and your common curriculum. But you have this orange bit that is unrestricted. Unrestricted means you can fill it up with whatever else you wanted to do. And you have 12 courses or 48 units equivalent of that space. Okay. So in the primary major, as I mentioned, first year, you will have the gateway course, FSD 1101B, that all of you will have to take. You can either take it in semester 1 or semester 2 to allow you to check out other gateway modules. Okay, so the other gateway courses will be like the chemistry one, physics, maths, uh, whatever. Okay, other departments are offering. And also in social science, if you're interested in history, geography, or perhaps languages, right? Communications, um, what else? Psychology. So they have their own gateway courses as well. So if it clashes with something that you like in the first semester, then you take FSD 1101B in the second semester. So we have a little bit of flexibility in the year one only. Now, if you have not taken biology or chemistry at A levels equivalent, then you will have to take the bridging course as well. So maybe you choose to take semester 1 or 2 due to the bridging course that you have to take, right? So most likely those people who has to take one of these bridging course, they will have to take 1101B in semester 2. Then in level 2, like I've said, you have a lot more food science courses. You see here, there are 5 courses. They're all compulsory and you have to take all of them. Okay, so there are other recommended courses that can be related. If you're interested, you can take them, and this one will fill up your the unrestricted ones, this particular orange part of the pie chart. Okay, so if you choose to take any of the recommended courses, you will fill up that orange pie chart. Now, level 3, we have a lot more courses. You can see here, 4 in the first semester and 3 in the second semester, and less in year 4. Now, in year 4, Sem 1, you notice that we have left this empty for now. And the reason is that we want to allow our students to go out for a semester-long internship program. Now, it is not compulsory, but if you wanted to, that is when you do it. So we don't put any compulsory courses in one of the semesters in year 4, right? Now, of course, you can fill it up with other things other than internship. If you don't want to do the level 4 internship, you can fill it up with the other things that you wanted to put inside that orange color pie chart. Okay, so we also have electives in nutrition, in research, in other internship at different levels, more specialized courses at level 4, right? You can see, and some specialized courses at level 5 as well. And typically you can take at least one of these level 5 one if you're interested. Okay, it's not compulsory, but if you're interested, you can take one of them. So here, again, I show you this same pie chart. This unrestricted electives is what you need to think about to fill up with courses that you are interested in. Okay, so you are fully encouraged to make very good use of this section here, the orange color section of unrestricted electives. How you wanted to make use of it, it will depend on individual. Maybe you like I don't know, psychology, someone else like Korean studies, somebody else like perhaps biology, right? Um, or you may like something that can be totally different, business, marketing, and you can fill up this orange color part with all these other things that you like. Now, these other things that you like can be random courses, or it can be something that is more organized to give you a second major or minors. Yeah. So You can have things like this, unrestricted, fill it up with random stuff, random courses, random as in perhaps they're not related, not leading to a minor or a second major. But you can also fill it up with random courses that is in your primary major. So those FST coded ones that are not compulsory, you can fill it up with your primary major courses here as well. You may not be able to fill it up fully because you still need some graduation requirement, you will see later on. But you can also fill it up with perhaps a second major. The second major can be offered by food science, like a second major in nutrition, but it can also be a second major in life science, a second major in chemistry, a second major in data science, um, maybe something in marketing and business or physiology. Okay, for those people who may be interested in dietetics, you may think about some of these courses as well, or public health, right? So those are the courses that you can possibly take. So you can take up a variety of courses. How you wanted to fill up this gap here is totally up to you. You can have one minor. Okay, so you notice one minor typically will be 20 units, which means 5 courses. And the rest you can fill it up with unrelated courses. Or you can choose to have 2 minors. So if you take 2 minors, that will take up probably 40 units. Sometimes they overlap, and if they overlap, you will have a little bit more space for your unrestricted electives. Okay. You can choose to do a specialization in food science. And we have 2 specialization. We have specialization in research and a specialization in industrial applications. So the one in research, you will have to take a research course, okay, which means it's a course, but it is a research project, right? A capstone project. And the industrial application one, you will have to go out for that one semester I mentioned earlier for your industrial attachment. On top of that, you will have to take some other courses that are relevant either to your research or your industrial applications. But on top of having this specialization, you can also do one more minor, okay? And you still have some space for unrestricted electives. Then you can also choose to have a second major, okay, instead of um, what we say earlier on, minors here and there, 2 minors, specialization, or a mixture of the minors and specialization, you can fill it up with a second major. So if you do second major in nutrition, you can fill it up with that, and you still have some space for unrestricted electives. Okay, so this is what they call the versatilists, the deep specialist, and the integrator. Okay, so these are just some suggested minors. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to do this minor. Minor typically are made out of 5 courses, right? So you will have to go to those departments who are offering those minors and check out, in order to take a minor in analytical chemistry, what are the courses do I have to take? So those are the things that you have to check out, right? Are there anything that overlaps? Maybe some of them overlap. Okay, that is a possibility. Or you can do a minor in life science, entrepreneurship, nutrition, management, and all the other things that I mentioned earlier on: history, geography, psychology, and a lot more. Okay, so you can go into NES website and you look for minors, and if you qualify to take the gateway of those minors, then you can consider those minors in your entire study plan. Or you can do a second major. Of course, nutrition is one of them. You can also do a second major in life science, chemistry, psychology, and so on. And then you can also consider specialization. Specialization, even though there are 20 units, there are only 3 courses because one of the courses is actually 12 units. So the 12 units one is the research project or the industrial attachment. Okay, so for the research and innovation, the 12 units one will be a research project, a capstone project. For the industrial application specialization, the 12 units will be the industrial attachment. Okay, then after that, you have to take 2 other courses that are 4 units each. Okay, so for the industrial applications one is similar. You also have to take two other courses, but one of them is compulsory that is relevant to your industrial attachment, some kind of independent study. Now, in food science and technology, we have 5 research pillars in flavor and fermentation, food bioactive molecules, food microbiology and safety, food processing and engineering, as well as human nutrition. Now, depending on your interests, if you wanted to do research in any of these research pillars, you might want to approach the lecturers who are in these pillars and ask them whether they have research projects. You can start some of these early as well. Now, in terms of industrial attachment, we have been working with at least 60 companies within Singapore, some MNC, some of them are government organizations, some of them are ingredient companies, all sorts of different companies to take our students for internship, right? Some of them are also overseas placement. Okay, so there are a lot of opportunities out there for internship if that is what you're interested in. Generally, if you come and ask me personally, I will normally recommend something that are more specific to your interests at a higher level. If you do internship at a lower level, you may not be able to apply food science knowledge as you have seen in the curriculum. You don't get food science courses until you reach uh, level 2 or level 3 in your year 2 or year 3. So you have not taken any food science courses, your contribution to the industry where you do your internship will be a little bit more limited. Okay, so just overview of your year 4, your 4 years in NUS again. You have all these spaces in winter and summer, and you can fill it up with the things that you like to do. Perhaps you wanted to be more active in student activities in the summer of your year 1. Perhaps in the summer of your year 2, you might want to do summer school, right? And perhaps in year 3, you want to do some industrial attachment. You will need to think about what you wanted to do. Okay, so it doesn't need to be like that. It's up to you. You want to fill it up with something that can add value to your career at uh, end of year 1 or end of year 2 or end of year 3 is actually up to you. Or you wanted to enjoy a little bit more student life, something that you're interested in, whether it's sports or music or whatever, or hall activities, you can also do that. And we have overseas opportunities and experiential opportunities as well. So normally for this type of opportunities, you do it not in your first year, but after you finish your first year. Okay, but student life activities, you can start from day 1 that you join NUS. So you need to think about it. What do you want to do at all those different stages of your life in the university? The winter break, like I said, is shorter. There are less things that you can fit in, but perhaps student activities, definitely you can do that. But there are short activities there. Summer, there are more opportunities to even take other courses from other departments in there on top of your internship, your research projects, and so on. Research projects can also be done during the semester from year 2 onwards. You can do that, or even second semester, year 1, you can take a simple research project if you want. Okay, that is only if you wanted. So overseas program, there are all sorts, whether they are internship, exchange or summer programs. Summer programs are more organized. They're organized by the department themselves. So they are shorter period, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. Student exchange will be the entire semester. You go overseas. Overseas internship will be depending on which internship you choose. Normally it's a year 4 one. It will be the entire semester plus a little bit of your summer. I hope you can hear me. Okay. Or the overseas NES Overseas College, okay, the startup experience. So you can also join NES Food Tech Challenge. Okay, so this is organized by our students. and you can develop new food product, and we collaborate with the industry as well for the development of the new food product. Okay, so here is just a summary of the different things that you can do at the different times. Okay, summer school, internship, research, student activity, career preparation. You can choose different things at different times in your different years. You want to look at what are the courses you have taken. Will it help you with your internship or your research before you decide whether you slot in any of these things during the holidays, the summer holidays, between your different year of studies. Okay, so those are choices. Now, this is just an example of a study plan of one of our students who has finished all 4 years, Swan. Year one, what she did, she participated in FSC Society, all sorts of student activities and career preparation. In year two, she did an internship, right? And more student activities also. In year three, she participated in summer school and the NUS Overseas College, right? And also the internship for year three. She took the year three internship as well, and then also the year four uh, research project internship uh, in her 4-year plan. Okay, so it's up to you. This is just an example. Different people will be different. If you like it this way, then you can do it this way. If you don't, then you can do it in a different way. Okay, so start planning, but be flexible and think about what you like to do so that you can uh, do something that you really like. Okay, don't follow others because what you like may not be the same as what other people like. Okay, so I think that's all I have, and I finished the half an hour. Sorry, I went over a little bit, but I saw there was a question somewhere. Okay, if the specialization in industrial attachment counts as an internship, do students have to secure the attachment on their own? Okay, so yes, the specialization in industrial application, the attachment is an internship, is a year 4 internship. Do you have to secure it on your own? Generally, yes and no, because we do have relationship with the companies, and whenever they have a opportunity, we do advertise it to you. Now, if you say you want to contact this and that company, we can also um, lead you to it. Okay, so while you do have to apply for it, we can give you the contacts. It's not a problem, because sometimes they have a lot of people applying, and sometimes they do interviews, so they pick and choose. So not just you are choosing them, which company to go to. The companies who receive a lot of applications, they also want to choose who should intern with them. Yeah. Any other questions? I hope you can still hear me. I don't know where's my charger. Any other questions? Please feel free to unmute. Otherwise, you can key in into Q&A section there. Anybody? Everybody turn off their video. I cannot see anybody. Everybody is muted. I cannot hear anyone. Any questions? Okay, so I have only one advice. Be creative with that unrestricted space of your studies. Choose something that you are really passionate about. It can even be music, it can be physics, it can be something that is non-conventional, it can be something that you can immediately see the relationship with food science, but maybe you don't see the immediate relationship, but there is a relationship. Okay, so if you are not aware of how it can be related to food science, what other things that you like, maybe you want to do a little bit of research. No more questions? Yancy, anything else? I have Yancy here. Miss Lim Yancy is supporting me.
So yeah, that's all. If there are no other questions, then maybe we can end the session because after I think now there are like other program talks going on also.
Okay.
I might
So
want to go and listen.
yeah, so you have other talks. So if you have no questions, feel free to leave. If you have more questions and you want to wait for a bit and speak to me privately, you can also do so. But feel free to leave. I'll see you in class.